Tales from Skinwalker Ranch, Part 2. They said the screams stopped. They said the ranch went quiet. But the silence was just camouflage, because the thing that haunted Skinwalker Ranch didn't leave. It learned to wait. What if I told you the most well-funded paranormal investigation in history uncovered something that watched them back? A force that could mutilate a calf in daylight without a single drop of blood, that could bend metal, rewrite gravity, and whisper inside a scientist's mind, and that when they tried to study it, it studied them. Today, we dive into the terrifying second chapter of the Skinwalker investigation, where science met something inhuman. March 1996. The Sherman family was on the verge of collapse, financially ruined, mentally shredded, terrified to sleep under their own roof. Enter Robert Bigelow, billionaire and believer in the unexplainable. He created NIDS, the National Institute for Discovery Science, a team of PhDs, ex-military and physicists, armed with infrared cameras, Geiger counters, and skepticism. Their mission? Prove the impossible or die trying. They bought the ranch, and within weeks, they realized they hadn't inherited the haunting, they'd invited it. March 9, 1997. A bright, clear day. Terry and Gwen Sherman tagged a healthy calf, turned their backs for 45 minutes, and returned to find it opened like a surgical experiment. Organs gone, bones clean, no blood, no struggle, no tracks, just silence and precision no predator on Earth could mimic. Whatever did it in broad daylight, and it wanted them to find it. That night, the dogs howled like sirens. Yellow eyes glowed 20 feet up in a cottonwood tree, huge, unmoving. Terry raised his rifle. One shot. The eyes blinked out. A heavy thud hit the earth. When they reached the tree, nothing. No blood. No body. Only two tracks, 14 inches long, claws deep, spaced 20 feet apart. Something had been there, and it was tall enough to look them in the eyes. Weeks later came the bulls. 4 prize Angus, each worth thousands, vanished from a locked corral. Gates untouched, chains intact, until Terry looked through an abandoned trailer's skylight and saw all 4 animals standing inside, motionless, crammed together in a trance. One kick shattered the spell, and they exploded into panic. The corral's steel bars later tested magnetized, as if charged by something unseen. Whatever played this trick wasn't trying to hide. It was showing off. Then came the smell. Heavy musk. Every time it appeared, compasses spun, batteries drained, and someone, always, felt watched. Dr. Colm Kelleher said it felt like the air itself was alive and aware. Their dogs wouldn't step out of their cages for days. Even the scientists started whispering. They weren't alone out there. They were being measured. One night, a bright orb hovered in a field. Through night vision, it wasn't a light. It was a tunnel, a circular wound glowing 3 feet off the ground. And then something crawled out, black, limbless. It pulled itself from the other side and sprinted up the ridge faster than a human could run. The smell hit them next, thick, sour, electric. By the time they turned the cameras, nothing, not a sound, not a print, only the echo of something laughing in the dark. The scientists began to notice a pattern. Every time they aimed a camera, nothing happened. But turn it away, and something moved just outside the frame, like the phenomenon knew when it was being watched, like it could read intention, like a living trickster playing chess with their sanity. Bigelow called it a sentient intelligence, but some on the team whispered something worse, that it was ancient, that it feeds on attention, and that by studying it, they woke it up. When the team finally left, the activity faded for a while. Then in 2016, new owners, new sensors, new cameras, and the nightmare started again. Lights in the sky, creatures in the trees, something beneath the soil that still hums when you step too close. Maybe Skinwalker Ranch isn't haunted at all. Maybe it's a door, and maybe what's coming through has only just begun to crawl out. They tried to study it, but it was already studying us.